Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York, and today we are continuing our series of most, not all, but most of the hotels and casinos in the city of Las Vegas, fabulous Las Vegas. We're pretty much going to cover the hotels on the Strip, downtown, a little bit off the Strip, and a little bit even further off the Strip. So far in parts 1 and 2, we started at the northern end of the Strip with the Strat. We've worked our way down so far to the Link. And today we're going to continue in part 3 with Casino Royale, the Flamingo, Caesar's Palace, the Cromwell, Horseshoe, and finally Paris. Now if you missed parts 1 and 2, obviously you don't have to go back, but if you miss them, I would go back and start with the Strat as we work our way down. This way you can watch them all in order, but again, not absolutely necessary. If you want to pick up here and then go back, that's fine too. In any event, let's continue with our tours of the hotels and casinos of the Las Vegas Strip as we work our way south. Are you ready? Let's get going.
Shake it like you mean it, baby. Come on and dance with it. Come on. Shake it like you mean it, baby. Come on and dance with it.
First up, as we continue south, is Casino Royale, which is actually a Best Western and probably should have been in number 2 of this series since it comes between the Venetian and the Link. Link already done, but it's easily overlooked. It's a small place. Again, it's a Best Western, mostly known for its casino and cheap food. The casino here at Casino Royale is known mostly for the slots, and that's what takes up most of the real estate here, but they do have live table games including the usual craps, blackjack, roulette, and poker. There's a Outback Steakhouse upstairs. There's also a White Castle here, a Denny's, which is open 24/7. They have a food court here, which features Pizza Hut, Subway, and footlong hot dogs. There's a Fat Tuesday here, and they also have pretty good drink specials. Bottled beer, $3 right now, so that's pretty cool. Casino Royale's casino definitely has a downtown vibe. I will be covering the casinos of downtown Las Vegas shortly in this series once I'm done with the Strip, but it just seems like it belongs down there. Not that that's a bad thing, but it just doesn't seem like a Strip casino. It just seems more like a Fremont Experience casino to me. And here we have the White Castle. Growing up in the Northeast, White Castle was a huge part of my high school and college experience. Then they kind of went away as far as I'm concerned for several decades, but as I'm growing older, I've found a new fondness for these burgers, as gross as many people think they are. Here's that footlong hot dog place, $2.99 for a footlong, plus a little bit more for a soft drink. I did a video on this place. Like I said, the hot dog and the soft drink was a pretty fulfilling meal, and it's the cheapest meal you could probably get here on the Las Vegas Strip. And if you want to switch out that soft drink for one of those $3 bottled beers, you have an even more fulfilling lunch for probably a cheaper price. Next up, the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. It's a Caesar's property, and it's considered a value property, making it one of the more inexpensive hotels and casinos here on the Las Vegas Strip. Now, I've stayed here at the Flamingo several times, and I have a upcoming trip in a couple of weeks, and I have a few nights booked here as well as other places in Las Vegas. And I have to tell you, I've always been comfortable in the rooms. They're always clean and comfortable. I've seen otherwise on YouTube, so take that for what it's worth, but every time I stayed here, I never had an issue. Besides, you can't beat the location. This is dead center Las Vegas Strip. You have the Link Promenade right outside your door, as well as lots of good restaurants here. This is the food court here at the Flamingo, where you can enjoy pizza, burger, subs, or Pan-Asian cuisine. They also have a Nook Express, which is kind of like a coffee shop, as well as a club cappuccino. There's a Margaritaville, which we just walked through at the beginning of this video. They have a beach club bar and grill, which is poolside. There's a Bugsy and Myers Steakhouse, which we're going to walk by, as well as Carlos and Charlie's Mexican restaurant. Carlos and Charlie's, you can eat indoors or outdoors, and I did a video on some of these restaurants already here on the New Yawk channel. This is Mitzi, the Rubber Ducky Showgirl, who shows up on all my Vegas videos. As most of you know, there are hidden mascots, or some of you call them Easter eggs, in my videos. Mitzi shows up in all the Vegas ones. Sometimes she's easy to spot, other times she's quite elusive, so keep your eyes open while watching the video. If you spot her, note the time in the comments below, and if you're the first one, you'll get a shout out on an upcoming video. The Flamingo also has its free wildlife habitat, a place that I love to go to. It's kind of like a quiet oasis away from the craziness of the Las Vegas Strip. Great place to hang out for a few moments and just chill out. There's two pools here on the Flamingo property. One is a family pool, and the other one's a much larger adults-only pool, which is really beautiful. This is Carlos and Charlie's. The fish tacos are incredible. There's an entrance on the side here where the Flamingo enters into the Link Promenade, a huge social hub filled with restaurants, shops, and lounges. The Flamingo also has a convenient Las Vegas monorail stop. The Las Vegas monorail will take you pretty much anywhere on the Las Vegas Strip, all the way from the north end to the south end. If you want a more detailed video on the Flamingo property, I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner right here. Next up, as we head further south and across the Strip, we have the crown jewel of the Caesars properties here in Las Vegas, Caesars Palace. Caesars is actually one of the older properties here on the Las Vegas Strip with a rich history. However, they redid the entire front, inside and outside, and this place is looking fantastic. Sitting between the Bellagio and the Mirage, it's one of Las Vegas's largest and best-known landmarks. As you walk around the property, you'll find tons of Roman statues and columns, including a 20-foot statue of Augustus Caesar himself near the entrance. Caesars Palace is now owned by VC Properties and operated by Caesars Entertainment, and as of just recently, the hotel has almost 4,000 rooms and suites in 6 towers and a convention facility of over 300,000 square feet. Caesars Palace is also home to the wildly popular Bacchanal Buffet, which is, I believe, the only buffet they now have operating. They've closed all their buffets since the pandemic and are repurposing them, with the exception, of course, of this Bacchanal, which is always busy. There is definitely no shortage of restaurants here at Caesars Palace. Some of them include Amalfi, of course the Bacchanal Buffet, which we just passed, Beijing Noodle No. 9, Brioche by Guy Savoy, Let's see, there is the Cafe Americano, Dominique Ansel. There's a Forum Food Court, which we're going to pass shortly. Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill. There's a Mr. Chow, a Nobu Restaurant Las Vegas, Old Homestead Steakhouse, Peter Luger Steakhouse, Pronto by Giada, Restaurant Guy Savoy, Scranton Social Prime, and of course, Starbucks. And it should be noted, for those of you who are interested, the Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen as well as the Nobu restaurant have recently opened up at the Caesars in Atlantic City. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video, and if you are, give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, if you're not subscribed to the New York channel already, subscribe right now. It really does help the channel out. And while you're at it, if you'd like to support the New York channel, just click on that thanks button right underneath the video. I appreciate your support, guys. This is Vanderpump, an upscale lounge that also serves light bites. Lisa Vanderpump also just opened up a brand new Vanderpump across the strip at the Paris Hotel and Casino, which we'll be visiting shortly. And here we have the Caesars Palace Coliseum Amphitheater, a rather large amphitheater here on the property, home to many A-listers, currently Adele. And of course, a large property deserves a large sports book. Caesars Palace has one. This is Omnia Nightclub, a rather popular nightclub here on the Las Vegas Strip. Omnia's immersive and transcendent aurora captivates a lavishly designed space, intricate beauty, and plush finishes. Not only does Caesars Palace have a ton of restaurants, they also have a plethora of shopping, not only here on the property, but also attached to this property is Caesars Forum Shops, a large shopping mall loaded with more stores and restaurants to boot. And if you're interested in the Forum Shops, there is a video here on the New York channel that you can check out. And if you're interested in more details on the Caesars Palace property, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner. Next up is the Cromwell Hotel and Casino, another Caesars property. It originally opened in 1979 as the Barbary Coast. In 2013, the property closed and reopened as the Cromwell in 2014. The renovated property includes a restaurant by chef Giada De Laurentiis and also features a rooftop pool and nightclub operated by Victor Dre. The Cromwell has a 40,000 square foot casino and 188 hotel rooms. The property features classic and modern French designs. It was meant to resemble Parisian apartments, and its design was inspired by the Hotel Castis in Paris. Chef Giada De Laurentiis opened her first restaurant here in June of 2014 on the second floor of the Cromwell. The restaurant, named Giada, serves Italian food and seats 260 people. In 1999, 2 years after its opening, Dre's restaurant would convert nightly into a club called Dre's After Hours, starting at about 2 a.m. It featured live music and alcohol and became a popular attraction for the property. Because of the restaurant's underground location, Dre had it designed like a club, stating that the feeling was always more clubby than restaurant. The idea for an after-hours nightclub came when Dre agreed to let DJs perform in the restaurant after closing time, which led to immediate success. The Cromwell's rooftop nightclub, known as Dre's Beach Club and Nightclub, opened in 2014 with a lineup of DJs, and the club reportedly cost $100 million. The 65,000 square foot venue is spread across 2 floors and includes several pools. It became popular for its live performances and hip-hop music, and aside from the rooftop venue, Dre's After Hours also resumed operations in the Cromwell's basement as well. If you'd like to learn more about the Cromwell, I will leave a link to the full Cromwell video in the upper right-hand corner here. Next up is Horseshoe Hotel and Casino, another Caesars property, and full disclosure, this was recorded just before they changed the signs outside, the Bally signs to the Horseshoe signs, but as you'll see inside, the rebranding was well underway when this was recorded. Also, it's been recently rumored that the Jubilee Tower that was part of Bally's will not become the Horseshoe, but actually become part of the Paris Hotel and Casino, which is next door. They never rebranded the Jubilee Tower as Horseshoe, so looks like they're going to make that part of the Paris Hotel and Casino and adjoin the property or the tower via a pedestrian walkway. Also, at the beginning of this video, I had mentioned that we were going to discover the Paris Hotel and Casino near the end of this video, but this video is already running about 17 minutes and it's got some more time to go yet. So I think I'm going to make the Paris Hotel and Casino part of the next video of this series. Sorry about that, guys, but you're not going to really miss anything. You'll just see it a couple days later. I don't really like to go over 15, 16, 17 minutes. It's just too long for a video. And while I've been yapping away, we missed the brand new Jack Binion Steakhouse, which is upstairs. We came downstairs and just walked through the Cabinet of Curiosities lounge, and now we're heading towards the food court and the brand new arcade they have down here. The Horseshoe Food Court features Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs, Pan Asian Express, Sbarro Pizza, Subway, and a Johnny Rockets. This is the brand new Horseshoe Arcade where the Bally Sportsbook used to be. These games aren't your typical arcade games. These are huge immersive arcade games, and they also have an adult lounge here as well. I mentioned Jack Binion Steak in the Horseshoe Food Court, but also here as far as restaurants is Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sports Kitchen, Lavazza Coffee, My Asia, and Nash Deli. Horseshoe is one of the many stations the Las Vegas monorail stops at along the Las Vegas Strip. The monorail is a clean and convenient and relatively inexpensive way to get around the Strip. And the pool was closed for the season when this was recorded, but of course it's open now. And here you see the new Horseshoe rug, part of that entire rebranding process. Want to know more about the Horseshoe? I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner. Stay tuned to the New York channel as we head further on south down the Las Vegas Strip and visit more hotels and casinos, as well as the hotels and casinos in downtown Las Vegas and those off the beaten path a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, ask some questions, and most importantly, subscribe by clicking on the button on the left. You can visit all of my New York videos by clicking on the top right, or check out my videos on other favorite places to visit by clicking on the bottom right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the city.